What if a simple spice could cause serious health issues for certain people? Cloves are widely known for their benefits, from adding flavor to food to helping with various health conditions. However, they aren't safe for everyone. If you have specific medical conditions, eating cloves might do more harm than good, from affecting your liver to causing complications during pregnancy or even after dental surgery. Cloves can have side effects you need to be aware of. In this video, we'll go over the medical conditions where you should be cautious about including cloves in your diet, helping you stay informed and safe. Let's get started. Bleeding disorders. We all know cloves add a nice flavor to dishes and have some health benefits, but they might not be suitable for everyone. If you have a bleeding disorder, cloves could be more harmful than helpful. That's because cloves contain a compound called eugenol, which has blood-thinning properties. For people with conditions like hemophilia or those on blood-thinning medications, consuming cloves can increase the risk of excessive bleeding or bruising. You might not think about it, but blood-thinning effects can interfere with your body's ability to clot properly when you get a cut or injury. What might be a simple scratch for most people could turn into something more serious for those with a bleeding disorder. This is especially important if you're taking anticoagulant medications, which already work to thin your blood. Adding cloves into the mix might make things worse. So, while cloves are great for many people, those with bleeding disorders should avoid them to prevent unnecessary risks. It's always better to be cautious, especially when it comes to your health. Gastrointestinal issues. If you've ever had stomach issues, you know how uncomfortable it can be to eat certain foods. For people with gastrointestinal conditions like ulcers or inflammatory bowel disease, cloves might not be the best choice. While they have some great benefits, the strong compounds in cloves can actually make these conditions worse by irritating the stomach lining. If you're dealing with symptoms like stomach pain, discomfort, or inflammation, eating cloves could end up making you feel even more uncomfortable. The last thing you want is to trigger more irritation in an already sensitive digestive system. For anyone with conditions like these, it's generally a good idea to steer clear of cloves. Instead, focusing on gentler foods that don't upset your stomach is a safer way to go. While cloves might be fine for others, avoiding them when you have gastrointestinal issues can help prevent unnecessary flare-ups and keep your digestion as comfortable as possible. Liver disease. If you're someone who's been dealing with liver issues, you probably already pay attention to what you eat and drink. But did you know that cloves, especially in large amounts, could be harmful to your liver? While cloves are often praised for their health benefits, the eugenol in them can actually cause liver toxicity if consumed excessively. For anyone with liver disease, even small amounts of eugenol can put extra strain on the liver, which is already struggling to function properly. This could lead to further liver damage, making an existing condition worse. So, while cloves might be fine for most people in moderation, they can pose a real risk if your liver isn't in the best shape. To protect your liver health, it's a good idea to avoid cloves altogether if you're managing liver disease. It's one of those small but important changes that can help keep your liver from having to work harder than it needs to. Allergies. Allergies can make everyday foods tricky, and cloves are no exception. For some people, cloves can trigger allergic reactions like skin rashes, itching, or even more serious issues like trouble breathing. If you already know you're allergic to spices or cloves specifically, it's best to avoid them completely to keep yourself safe. Allergies to spices like cloves might not be as common, but they can still happen. Symptoms can range from mild discomfort, like a rash, to more severe reactions, such as swelling or respiratory issues. It's not worth the risk if you know you have an allergy. Even a small amount can cause a reaction, and it's better to play it safe. If you've had allergic reactions to other spices in the past, it might be a good idea to steer clear of cloves too. Avoiding cloves can help prevent unwanted allergic symptoms and keep you feeling your best. Always listen to your body when it comes to allergies. Better safe than sorry. Pregnancy and breastfeeding. Pregnancy and breastfeeding come with a long list of do's and don'ts, and cloves are one of those things you might want to be careful with. While cloves can be helpful in small amounts, consuming them in high doses could lead to complications, like uterine contractions during pregnancy. That's why it's generally safer for pregnant women to avoid them, unless specifically advised otherwise by a doctor. For breastfeeding moms, the concern is more about how cloves might affect the baby. Even though there isn't a lot of clear evidence, it's always better to err on the side of caution. The strong compounds in cloves could potentially have an impact, so avoiding them is a good way to minimize any risks. If you're pregnant or breastfeeding, it's a good idea to check with your healthcare provider before including cloves in your diet. A little caution can go a long way in keeping both you and your baby safe and healthy during these important stages. Diabetes. If you're managing diabetes, you probably pay close attention to what you eat. Cloves might seem like a helpful addition since they're known for regulating blood sugar levels. But there's a catch. Cloves can also interact with diabetes medications, possibly causing your blood sugar to drop too low, leading to hypoglycemia. While cloves may seem beneficial, the combination of them with your medications could end up doing more harm than good. It's important to be cautious and consult your doctor before adding cloves to your diet. Your doctor can help determine if it's safe for you to use cloves based on your medications and overall health. So, while cloves have some positive effects, they might not be the best choice for everyone with diabetes. Always check with a healthcare provider before making any changes to your diet to avoid any unwanted side effects and keep your blood sugar levels balanced. It's better to be safe than sorry. Dental procedures. If you've ever had dental surgery, you know that healing afterward is all about being careful. While cloves are often used for their soothing properties in dental care, they're not always a good idea right after surgery. Cloves have blood-thinning properties, which can interfere with the healing process and increase the risk of excessive bleeding. If you're scheduled for a dental procedure or have just had one, it's a good idea to avoid consuming cloves during your recovery. The last thing you want is to slow down the healing process or deal with more bleeding than necessary. Even though cloves can be useful for relieving pain, the risks outweigh the benefits when it comes to post-surgery care. To help your mouth heal faster and avoid complications, it's best to skip cloves until you're fully recovered. If you're unsure, it's always smart to ask your dentist about the right foods to eat while you're healing. So, the next time you're thinking about adding cloves to your meals, remember these important health considerations. Keeping informed about the foods you eat can make a big difference. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us here at Earthluxe for more tips on living your healthiest life. Thanks for watching.